explain my set through this walkthrough video. So I'm going to start with all the buildings here. So as you can see, there are 4 buildings. So the reference image which we chose had 5-6 buildings, but since in a real set we couldn't attach those other buildings, we just used 4 buildings. So all the buildings had a similar strategy in making them. So we used old we reused old boxes like phone boxes, Amazon boxes. So instead of buying any new box or such, we reused old boxes. So that's one thing which is quite impressive. So we were being sustainable as well in that aspect. So I'm gonna explain how we reused it. So we used Windows clip art and printed the Windows clip art and cut it exactly in the shape of a window. Removed all the white part of the clip art and attached the clip art to the box. So we covered the box with full red paper and we attached the window to the box to make it look like a window, to make it look like a window or a building. So this is like a smaller building compared to the rest. So we used a similar strategy for this one. So this is actually a normal box, like an Amazon box. So we covered the entire thing with the red paper and used clip art with different type of Windows clip art. So a more European style, which I found compared to the previous one. So that was pink color. Since 16th century Venice is known to be very colorful, I mixed different colors together. So I from big pink paper I got all these clip art, Windows clip art, and I cut them out in the exact shape of the window and stuck them on the red paper. For the roof I used a mount board, which is basically the entire base of the set is made from. So I drew a big rectangle in the mount board, cut it into 2, stuck this part together and stuck one part here, stuck one part there using Fevicol. So for the buildings, one thing I could have done different if I had time was I would use a laser cutter, because laser cutter makes the buildings will look more polished. MDF and laser cutter will obviously make it look more polished than. You can actually have 3D windows, which adds a more realistic dimension to the thing. So here I used a different color because, as I mentioned, Venice is very colorful. So for the door I used a clip art door, cut it exactly in a door strip and stuck it all, covered the entire thing with orange paper except the edges, which is red paper. It was the lack of availability, and different red and orange go well hand to hand. So we cut the clip art, printed the door clip art, cut it and sticked it into the orange paper. So this is basically the door of the building. It's a bit big, I agree, but it could have been smaller, I felt, but still we can work with that. So this is again a clip art window. This is less European style to the previous one. The door was very Italian style, that's why I chose this clip art. So for this also I used similar. I printed a clip art. I found it on the Google and printed this window clip art, cut it in exact shape of a window and stuck it on the orange paper. So for this building also same thing. So here I used a more normal window style. So I printed the clip art in the yellow paper itself instead of white paper and cut it. So I just stuck the clip art which was printed onto the box, cut some pieces to make it appropriate for the height and width of the box. So the door of the box is in the other angle. As you can see, the door is drawn from a marker. So yeah, so this is basically windows of house. So the roof of this was made, I used the brush pens for the roof. So again, yellow and orange go well onto, and making the roof also yellow would make the building look rather plain. So to make it more attractive, we did orange and Venice as usual, very attractive if you look in photos. So this is a old Hush Puppies box, and this is a this is a old bag, reuse a shopping bag. So we are just trying to prove the fact that we reused old material to make this. So this is cobblestone streets, which is a very common feature in the city of Venice. It makes what Venice, it's one of the key aspects which makes Venice what it is. So for this also I used clip art. The clip art also proved to be very useful. So I found a clip art of cobblestone streets online, printed it, cut it exactly to shape and dimension of the space available here, and I stuck it onto a cardboard. And yeah, I stuck it onto a cardboard so that, because if I put it plainly down, it's a very less stable. So putting it on a cardboard and then sticking it made it more stable. So as you can see, I made 4 of them. This gives the Venetian feel. And of course, not lastly, but this is what Venice is known for, its canal. So as you can see, there's a boat there which I personally actually bought from Venice itself. So Venice is known for gondolas, and also this is one of them. And for the water, I use blue color slime to have the water effect to the set. I'm going to talk about the bridge now. So for the bridge, I used mountboard as I described earlier, which the base of the set is made of. So my bridge now. So my bridge was made with using a mount board. So I drew 2 massive rectangles, so one spanning from here and here. So see, it was much longer than this. So I drew one big semicircle in this, which you can see is around this side. And similarly, I drew something like this there. I drew a massive rectangle and one semicircle inside that. Then I cut, for example, this one massive piece. And I carved out the semicircle to make it as to make the bridge go under. So this is the carved out semicircle piece. You can see it in that side as well. So if you see, it goes through that side. So I twisted this part, and twisted the one part of the left, and twisted the other side as well, to make the bridge. Then I stuck it using Fevicol and tapes down. So that's how I made my bridge. For the handle, I used, for the slope to cross the bridge, I used the mount board as well. So for the railing of the bridge, I used matchsticks, because they resemble the most railings in European cities.